Yes. Okay. This is Hero Web Comics. Well, this is Hero Web Comics. Gotta go by the timer. It's very interesting. This thing is live streaming. Yes. But anyway, Hero Web Comics here. Wanting to make a live stream video about negative comments and what they've caused. You know, I, as people may know, definitely have issues with transgender issues. I've definitely spoken out against people who are basically, saying, "Oh no, this is totally fine, totally cool," and I'm like, "No, according to my beliefs, that stuff is wrong. You got to stay away from it." And then of course they come at me, and we go back and forth. But unfortunately, there sometimes happens where you put enough negative comments on a video, and the person who is in charge of that video can decide, I'm just going to get rid of the video. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. Or picture, DeviantArt. I had that happen once before myself, as well. I'm not a fan of that because basically it's saying I'm going to take my ball and go home. And the issue with that is it's you're basically ignoring reality here. In real life, there are going to be people that do not agree with you. Okay, they're not going to agree with you. They're going to say, continue to hold fast to what they believe in, no matter what you say. That's the issue. And I'm okay with, just, having that debate, and it's, okay, that happened. Okay, there you go. We don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay, fine. Then it's going on. Moving on to the next thing, because it's like, I don't want to do this anymore, that's fine. But when someone's like, I'm just going to just take away this whole thing, the entire assembly of everything, the positive comments, the negative comments, the whole video. I put the video on because I thought, I thought it was important. They put it on because they thought it was important. Obviously, this is an important subject for them. Talking about the recently, apparently, probably deleted video of a transgender documentary. And I'm like, I of course, talking about this stuff, and I was like, man, yeah, this stuff is crazy. And I don't, this is not cool. And other people go like, hey, no, I don't agree with that. I think that is cool. How dare you say it's not cool? And I'm like, okay, so we talked it out and figured things out, and eventually got to the point where it's like, it's like, I'm done talking. I'm done with this conversation. I'm out of here. And I'm like, okay, So then I just moved on to the next thing. That's how that works. But unfortunately, someone decided to just delete the whole thing, and it's like, there's so much good, and it's just a denial of reality. They basically, in my way, it's like transgender issues, but still, this stuff is basically taking a, something that has, people who agree and disagree, all right, taking that stuff and putting it, and just basically just trying to make it disappear, like songs at the end of Songs Out of 6. It's like, if we blow up this flame, if we do this thing, then this will never happen. It will be like it never existed. Like, no, it won't. You may be like, no, that stuff's gone. It's gone. It's not there anymore. Like, yeah, but we remember. You cannot stop us from remembering that. That stuff's still there. That stuff is still something that we know happened, and just trying to hide it and just get rid of it just makes the people who did that, look, just petty, just crappy. I'm not a fan of that. I am not a fan of that at all. This issue was me. Of course, as a very small, low-level YouTuber, I will not, definitely don't count for much in the grand scheme, but I do, however, however, when I get to the right side, amount, I will not, when I get a whole bunch of negative comments, I will not delete them. Now, there was one time I did delete some stuff on DeviantArt, on another persona, but that was like someone just spammed it, and then, of course, nowadays, that would be considered mature content, pretty mature content, what I basically deleted. So it's just like, I could, leave this here, which is related to something, this thing here where someone decided to just throw a bunch of stuff, that isn't even, intelligent. It's just there to basically tick you off. It's not intelligent. See, that's the issue with this. With my stuff, I'm trying to be like, with my comments, I'm trying to say, wait, I disagree because of this, this, and this. There's other people that are just like, oh no, you're a this, insult, insult, insult. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. He's like, pages of insult, pages of insult. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't do anything. You wasted your time doing that. It's interesting that you think that's actually worth time to make, but it's just. Yeah, it's good. It was just crazy. But then it's like, it's basically, yeah, and it's just like, you guys are getting, up in arms over the pettiest little things. The reason they insulted me in that picture was because I said some stuff in this about a character in this fictional story, and they're like, oh, how dare you say something about this character in this fictional story? Oh, I'm like, yeah, sorry, they're not real though. So yeah, just petty reasons for that. And then it's like all this type of thing is like, oh no, there are negative people saying negative things about this. There are people that are trying to say positive things about this, things that I agree with. But then the people that are saying negative things are actually combating them, debating with them, and trying to say that what they're doing, they believe is not right. And there's like, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm like, nah, that's not how you do it. How you do it? No, what you do is you can comment yourself. You can say, okay, look, I'm done. You could actually, what you could do is you could stop comments if you want, or not. I'd rather you didn't stop comments. I'd rather you put a comment of your own saying, yeah, I don't like, like basically saying, hey, I'm not a fan of those comments. I put the video up, and I'm not a fan of these comments saying this stuff. That's you could just put that in there, or say something like that. That would be fine. But unfortunately, of course, they don't want to do that. They're just like, no, I'm going to take my ball and go home, and it's just like they hurt themselves to get at you, and it's just ridiculous. That documentary was a very interesting one to me because it's just like you have a girl, a guy, a boy who wants to be, I'll make sure I get the camera. Get the camera, there you go. A boy who wants to be a girl who, basically is saying stuff about, different things, like getting all freaked out and afraid about, getting the stuff that men get. And I'm like, yeah, that's not necessary. You don't need to be afraid of that. What the heck's going on here? And then you have a girl who wants to be a boy, who's like, I don't want to be different from my friends who are boys. I like being a boy, pretending to be a boy with these friends. I'm like, okay, see, first of all, that's not a cool thing to do. If you're pretending to be someone you're not, that's the issue. Why not say, that's the issue with me. If you're just hanging out, that's the issue with this stuff. Okay. Transgender issues in themselves are basically a lot of subterfuge, a lot of pretending, a lot of basically, denying the past, denying the truth. There's a lot of hiding stuff. And the issue is, it's basically like, okay, here's the deal. I want to be this thing. Okay, I'm not this thing right now, but I want to be this thing. So I'm going to do things like, look like this thing. I'm going to act like I believe this thing acts. And I'm going to, maybe get a new name, use different pronouns or whatever, and so I'm like, okay, that's not necessary. So basically, this girl is basically, trying to hide, and I'm like, then because it's deception, because it's like, what's wrong? Think about, in a neighborhood, in a neighborhood with a bunch of kids running around playing. Yes, boys and girls are different physically, but if it's like, hey, I'm putting together, I want to play baseball, or something, And it's like, I need team members, for this baseball, this little backyard baseball thing, and it's like, okay, and it's like, oh, some boys go, and then some girls come in, and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go in, like, I want to do it, you say a girl, and, to these boys, and it's like, oh, you can't do it, you're a girl, like, oh, yeah, it's like, but that's, and it's like, she proves that she can, because she's, wants to, and she's agile, athletic enough, and interested in it, and it's like, yeah, okay, she can. What's the problem here? This is not a professional team type of thing where it's like, okay, if we have a girl on the team, then we could get, and she gets hurt, we could get sued because these a bunch of dudes and this girl were hanging out with this girl, and that the girl got hurt. No, this is backyard kids from different houses down the block coming out to run around and play for a few hours before they go in and eat and go to bed. This is generic stuff. Anyone who can run around and grab things and throw things should be, will most likely be allowed, unless someone's being a jerk. That's the issue. That's the issue. So the girl should not be hiding herself. Hiding the fact that she's a girl from these dudes, because it's. Unless, that's the issue. If they care about that, then they're not real good friends. If they care about what you look like, that's the issue. That's another issue too. What you look like. If they don't care, if they care about what you look like, they're not good friends. If they should care about how you act, how you get along with them. You guys, like the same stuff. And stuff like that, and have things in common. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. You get along. That's the issue. So this girl is, trying to look as much like a boy as possible. But she's like, okay, yes, puberty's beginning. I don't want to live with my friends. What can I do to stop this? I'm like, okay, nothing. Without messing with your health. Just chill. And I'm like, okay, the only thing that's going to change is it'll take you a bit longer to get ready in the morning than them. That's the only difference. You just got to be like, yeah, this is happening. That's how you got to be like. I can still do this. I can still run around. I can still play these games. Yeah. Yes, my shape will have changed a slight bit, but that's that's what you need to be thinking. They don't want to change the shape. Their shape to change. But I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, it's going to. That's part of growing up. And they're like, no. It's like, what if, then there's people that are saying, what if we told you that didn't have to be? What if we could get the puberty we wanted? I'm like, I can't judge. I'm like, oh, you can't. That's the issue with this. You can't choose. You can't get the one you want without damaging yourself. That's not how puberty works. Puberty is an actual thing that happens as someone grows up. I remember. I remember long ago. Didn't people celebrate this stuff? I remember when they celebrated it. And it was like, a rite of passage. You're becoming an adult. Yes. Mazel tov. Come on. Now people are afraid of this stuff. This is crazy stuff. And it's not about the body at all. It's about what's going on in the mind. Okay, what's going on in the mind? What they're thinking. They're thinking, oh, shoot. Now I'm going to always. Now I'll never be able to, there's a fear thought. That's the main issue here. It's the fear, anger, hatred, this dark side stuff. We have to fight against it. Because, people are, I'm getting, there's comments on things. Huh? Oh, no. Shoot. My computer's having issues. My other computer. This one's doing fine. This other one's having issues. I'm trying to make more space on here. I'll figure that out. But anyway. It's just like, these things, they don't want to do this. And it's like, we have, the reason why it's so crazy, why there's so many comments and things that people are like, okay, I'm going to delete my whole video to get rid of these comments, it's because it is a complicated subject, because basically people are saying stuff like, people that are pro-transgender stuff are saying stuff like, okay, I don't like what other people of my physical gender like. So I must be different, I must be transgender. I'm like, okay, wait, no, that's, that's a stereotype of what man and woman is. I'm like, that's not a stereotype. I just don't like what men tend to like, or women tend to like. I'm like, it's a stereotype. It's just, we're going in circles a bit, we're doing all kinds of stuff. And it's like, it's not about, I'm like, oh, this is fear-based. I was like, no, it's not. It's about depression, it causes depression and anger and hatred. I'm like, yeah, but it's fear-based, guys. You know, and it's like, oh, and panic attacks. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely fear based. Oh my gosh, panic attacks are caused by fear. Come on, so it's weird stuff. You know, yeah, I'm running out of time, but I just want to say this stuff is just ridiculous. Oh, not really running out of time, but yeah, I might have more time than that. But still, I want to definitely not make it too long. But it's just ridiculous when someone deletes their whole entire video, you know, to do this. Yes, I deleted a picture on DVR once, but the picture was just a crazy picture. Okay, this was not something. This was just something silly and bad. You know, something I made that was silly and edge pushing. You know, boundary pushing. You know that probably could not make. We will not be allowed to make today the mature filter. So yeah, they changed things. So yeah, but yeah, you know that was a different story. This is something that people actually are like allowed, you know, believe and have, you know, their hearts, put their hearts and soul into, and you delete it because of someone debate someone else, you know, and there's some bad comments, some comments you don't agree with in there. That's not, in my opinion, that's not cool. You know, I don't like seeing that. You know, and it's just ridiculous because it's like, okay, I'm gonna go and, you know, counter, you know, go see what, you know. There's like the issue of also other stuff where it's like, okay, I debated this one person, all right, and then, you know, I wanted to go back to that video again to basically maybe even go through the whole video, right? You know, basically like do, you know, study it. I can take a test on that thing, write stuff down, so I could just be like, oh no, remember this part in this one, remember this one part here, where the girl that wants to look like a guy, wants to be a guy, was saying, you know, was saying that I look like that, someone called me ugly, you know, this, that, and the other thing. So, you know, I beat them up, you know, and then, you know, I got in trouble, you know, like, oh, it's because I want to be a guy. I'm like, no, it's because you got angry and, you know, lashed out. You didn't, you know, you gotta let that anger go, you know, and stuff like that. You know, I wanted, you know, to do that. I wanted to find other people who I agree with, who I disagree with, and just be like, okay, wait, hold on a second. You know, here's this thing. You know, like some people are saying on my side of Christianity, so, you know, trying to, you know, follow, you know, follow Christianity, do Christian, you know, who are Christians, are saying stuff that I disagree with myself. I'm like, going, like, they're saying stuff like we should, you know, the Bible, it says to kill people like that. We should kill them. I'm like, no. Let's not be killing people, man. Okay, let's seriously not be killing people. Let's just stick with, you know, just speaking the truth in love here. And someone actually said to me, no, we should speak the truth. We don't need no love. I'm like, oh, come on, man. You know, this is, you know, the Bible. This is how Christianity is supposed to be done. You know, so like that. You know, so I had to actually check on some of my own guys. You know, so to have that all go away, you know, is just ridiculous. I'm not a fan of it, but that's how it goes sometimes. The cool thing is I'm not going to be doing that for actual passion projects. I will not be messing around like that. You know, that's the issue. You know, someone's like, you know, brings dredges up different things, other things from long ago, then I'll be like, oh yes, well, that was a long time ago. You know, now here, June 30th, 2018, I'm saying I'm not going to ever, you know, be deleting stuff like this because it's ridiculous. It causes all kinds of issues, and, you know, yeah, having that there is basically part of history. So yeah, I gotta get going. Gotta work on this thing on other computers, running out of disk space. So I'll see you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Done.